Hello. Today is the 30th of July, and a day in which the UN has called the World Day Against Trafficking in Persons, a day when we are reminded that across the world, over 25 million people are experiencing being trafficked as men, women, children, in a variety of ways, all of which are totally abusive, whether for sexual exploitation, labour exploitation, exploitation in criminal dealings, exploitation as child soldiers, exploitation in domestic labour and servitude. The list goes on. It's ever expanding. And so our work and commitment here at the Cambridge Centre of Applied Research in Human Trafficking continues to expand and include a network of highly committed, highly talented, deeply engaged people drawn from law, drawn from the NGO service world, drawn from psychology, drawn from the world of research. So I'm delighted to let them introduce themselves here on this World Day in which we are invited to remember the voices of survivors by Antonio Guterres, who's now the Secretary General of the UN, who's called this day, this particular day, a day to listen to the voice of survivors.
Hello, my name is Are Ccarht.
Hi, my name is Klaus van Hout.
Hi, my name is Amrita Dasgupta.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Raman Kumar.
My name is Arun Dole, and
this is PM Nair from India.
My name is Marcel van der Walt.
Hello, my name is Yinka Omorube, and I'm the chairperson of the Edo State Task Force Against Human Trafficking in Edo State, Nigeria.
I am the Executive Director of Are Ccarht.
And I am Director of Payoki in Belgium.
From the National Center on Sexual Exploitation in Washington, D.C.
I'm currently a PhD student at the Department of Gender Studies in the School of Oriental and African Studies under the University of London.
I am from India, working as a center coordinator from a Child Rights Center, Chanakya National Law University, Patna, Bihar, India.
We have been working in different ways to collapse human trafficking into our work, starting with law enforcement, justice delivery, rehabilitation, rescue, post-rescue care attention, psychosocial care, research, and integrating research into action, and so on.
Which works to provide services to victims of trafficking in Italy and in other parts of Europe, and also in Nigeria. Our work involves service provision, advocacy, and research on issues relating to trafficking.
Much of what we see here in our work is the massive role of sex buyers, men and their money, that amplifies these harms on so many different levels. And they do so with relentless stamina and impunity. And we therefore call on everyone to support laws which seek to decrease and ultimately end consumer-level demand by strongly penalizing those who pay to use the bodies of other people for sex.
We are working to collapse human trafficking as a shelter and expertise centre for victims of human trafficking. As a legally recognised centre, we are a key factor in the fight against human trafficking in Belgium.
I'm Director of Against Child Trafficking. We are working to collapse human trafficking by advocating for the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child, exposing child trafficking for adoption, and we provide assistance to victims.
We also conduct campaigns in the vulnerable areas so that people will understand the dangers of human trafficking and so that people will not be encouraged to send their children or even go on what they see as travel, but which is in fact a life of slavery and great suffering.
I work to collapse human trafficking by bringing forth research on trafficked climate exiles from the Sundarbans region across the India and Bangladesh border.
And we work to collapse human trafficking by exposing the links between all forms of sexual abuse and exploitation. And this includes sex trafficking and the pornography nexus as debilitating and at times life-ending enablers of the cycle of violence that plague our global communities.
We are working to collapse human trafficking in Edo State by helping to support, rehabilitate, and reintegrate traffic victims.
In supporting the women that come to us for assistance, we apply all of the information and experience that we've gathered in over 25 years of work, and also in the network of organizations that we get to meet and to interact with, while being a part and collaborating with the Cambridge Center for Applied Research on Human Trafficking.
Again, we're very concerned with ensuring that traffickers do not go unpunished, and so we investigate and prosecute traffickers.
Of best practices from around the world to a range of research materials that ensures that the practical application of those experiences and research has positive impact on the women that we support, both in Nigeria and in other parts of the world.
The Cambridge Centre for Applied Research in Human Trafficking is a unique forum uniting important players in the fight against human trafficking on a global scale, enlarging both our networks and our knowledge.
CCARHT has been immensely helpful in advancing with my project. The kind of help they extend through sharing of networks, knowledges, and people has actually helped me develop my project. The yearly symposium we have has brought forward certain knowledges that I was not aware of before and has exposed me to a repository of thought processes regarding how trafficking in humans work as a global nexus.
We appreciate CCARHT. It supports our work by providing a network for people and organizations in this area. So we're able to share ideas with like minds and look for solutions to ensure that human trafficking is truly collapsed in our part of the world.
It's privileged to, I'm personally privileged to work with the CCARHT in different ways, advising research and part of the research, taking the research forward, implementing it, and networking with the global community, empowering them, strengthening them, supporting them to fight human trafficking.
Appreciate the work that CCARHT does, and we're hoping that at the end of the day we will truly achieve our objective worldwide of collapsing human trafficking.
So it is really an important part of our work in collapsing trafficking that we are able to have access to all of that information that the Cambridge Center for Applied Research makes available in our collaborative work together. So a huge thank you to them for the fantastic work that they are doing in collapsing trafficking around the world. We are working to collapse trafficking, and we will continue to do so by supporting survivors and victims of trafficking, and by supporting research work in all areas relating to trafficking in human beings.
To the Cambridge Center for Applied Research in Human Trafficking, thank you for your leadership in this arena and for continuing your efforts to bring scholars from around the world together to seek solutions to this multifaceted and complex problem. Thank you.
I'm Carrie Pemberton Ford. I'm the Executive Director of the Cambridge Centre of Applied Research in Human Trafficking. And can I introduce you to some of my colleagues? Thank you for listening. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for your work, your part in collapsing human trafficking.